So we have a problem, and that is when you upload images through Canvas for your assignments, depending on the size and the resolution that you're using, that either undermines your technical ability, making it so it's a little on the soft side, or the files are just too big or whatever, even in going through and putting them into PDF files and then uploading them that way. So here's what I'm going to do. If you've been students of mine before, you know where I'm going with this. I'm going to have you make a blog. And those of you who have never made a blog before, I'm going to give you a real quick tutorial here on how to create a blog and then how to go through and upload your takes to that blog. And the reason why I'm going to have you do this are twofold, really. First off, it's a place for you to curate your work, your photography work. And by curating, I mean that you're creating a dedicated URL where your images go, and you can upload them in full size, and Blogger will still go through and compress them, and then if you decide to download them or use them, they're still preserved in their original size that way. The second reason here, besides that, is then to be able to share your work. I can go in and look at your blogs, copy your work, copy your images with your permission, of course, and then put them up on pages on Canvas so we can all go through and see what each other is doing. You will learn more from each other than you will ever learn from me, both in your victories in terms of your photographic accomplishments and in your failures too. So if you're so willing, I want you to create a blog, and there's some requirements here that I have for you in order to go through and do that. So to create a blog, you need to go into blogger.com, and if you have a Gmail account or a Dmail account, just by virtue of you being a student at Dixie State University. So if you just go into Blogger, log in, go into Blogger, okay, and then when Blogger comes up, let's see, I'll go here. Now I have a number of blogs here that you're seeing pop up, and down at the very bottom of this, I'm going to click on New Blog. If you have none of this information back there, if you just click on New Blog, it'll come up with a window that looks just like this, okay? And here is where I want you to title your blog, and that could be your name, whatever you want to do. I've created a blog based on a website that I have called eYoungClicks. It's my portfolio, and that's what I used here, e.young and clicks. If I can spell everything correctly, there we go, clicks. There we are. And then I just happen to be able to make that into my URL as well. I won't put that in there because it's gone. Okay, it's not being used anymore. What I want you to do here for your URL, and there's a reason why I'm having you do this, is to put your last name and then the class nomenclature. Okay, so your last name, then 3530.blogspot.com. And if that's taken, and I doubt that it is, but if it is taken, then go your last name and then MDIA3530, okay? That way, I have a number of students who forget that they created a blog, they don't know what their address is. If you do it this way, then I can go through and retrieve your blog if you happen to forget what your address is, okay? So it would be something looking like this, Young3530, 3530, and you see this come up here? It's going through and saying, that might be available as technically, and it is available here, okay? So that's how I'd like you to do it. And then click any one of these in terms of your template. The one I'm using is this one here, the Emporio one, which seems to flow well for photographic content, but it's entirely up to you what you want to do, okay? So once you have done that, click on Create Blog. I'm not going to click on that because I don't want to create another blog. I'm going to go to the blog then and show you what's going to happen from that point there. So I'm going to click out of that, there we go. And it'll come up to an interface that'll look something like this, except it won't have these posts here, okay? My blog, I just threw this together. It took me 15 minutes to go through and put all this stuff in here. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different posts, and if you click on the post, it goes out to that post, and then it gets into the post content that I put there, okay? Back arrows can take me back to home. Oh, here's the latest post here on Faces. This is my portrait portfolio here that I put up, all right? And I'm going to show you how to go through and upload a take. And that's what this is from. It's from a portfolio of files I already have on my desktop, and I'm uploading the take that way. And I'm just now realizing that I'm probably on the wrong computer to go through and do this. That's okay. I'll go through and create a file anyway and show you what it is that I'm talking about. All right, so let's do that then in terms of uploading images to what you have going on. I'm going to go on out and get into iPhoto. And that's going to come up with my last take that I did. You've already seen some of these. A session that I did with my stepdaughter, Katie. She just graduated in architecture and is putting together her LinkedIn page and wanted a portrait to go for that one. So I'm going to go through and select a few of these files. I want a maximum full size. I'm going to export them out to my desktop. And on my desktop, I'm going to go through and create a new folder. And I'm just going to call this NetLight. And I'll export that one. Let's go through and pick a couple more ones that I really like. I'm going to export that one. All my settings are already there. I'm going to export that one. Good. Goodbye. And let's go to, none of these are post-produced yet as well. I had a whole different other section there. Let's do this one. Okay, and I think that's what I'm going to do, just those three for the time being. All right, okay. So now I have that folder saved on my desktop. So if I open then my desktop, go to desktop, and I go to, let's see, what do we call that? We call that NetLight, right? So, and here it is, NetLight, and here are those three files. Okay, so let me go back out then to Blogger, and I'm going to go to a new post, and I'm going to call this one Natural Light. Now, here's where the import comes in handy, okay? And why we're doing this instead of using Canvas to import your images. The main reason is because now I can import images from my desktop right into the blog, and Canvas doesn't allow you to do that, right from your desktop right into Canvas there. And that's making it very difficult for many of you to go through and preserve the technical integrity of your images, either in terms of clarity or maybe even perhaps in terms of exposure. So here I'm going to choose files and go to my desktop to NetLight, where that was at. And I'm going to select all three of these files at the same time, and I'm going to open those, and you'll see Blogger start to download each one of those images. This will take a minute. They're kind of big images as it goes. But that's what I like about this. It'll preserve the size of these, so if I decide to download them, or if anybody else wanted to download them and use them for something, they have the full-size images there. Now, these are not raw size, by the way, okay? These are just JPEG-sized large files. So I can select them or deselect them, okay? I want all these to show up in this. If I add selected, they'll all pop up, okay? And I want to go through, and I just want them all in the file itself or in the post itself. I want them to be bigger. And I know by default, by working with this for so long, that extra large happens to be the default size that fills the column for the blog, okay? Now my images are there. I can go through and post my metadata. I can write my metadata in here in terms of, this was a 15mm lens. It was probably taken at, this one was taken at an f, probably a 2.8 at 1/250th of a second. Okay, there's my metadata. So I'm going to hit publish. I'll get all beyond this crap. And there it is in terms of my post menu. And these are other posts that I have up here. Okay, but let's take a look at it. Okay, I'm going to go out to the blog and just click View Blog. And there it is. And the latest post within this particular template, okay, comes up with the last post that I put up. So if you remember, this was the latest image that was here in this banner, and now it's this one. And now look, see how clear it is here, and yet I don't have clarity in her eyes there. I'm getting off topic, but I'm not going to use that one. But as I open this up, there they are, okay? They're the images that I wanted to put in, and it's pretty straightforward in terms of my ability to go through and post the images, edit, put in text. My metadata is there as well that we were talking about. Okay, so I'm hoping this helps you out. So to help us all out, what I would like you to do is get all of your blogs, get your blogs going, and you need to have at least one post. What I really like you to do is go back and repost your Axioms assignment and your wide assignment, and post your takes. You already have them in Canvas. Post those takes then onto your blog. Okay, so you have a record of those. And when you're done with that, posting your blog, I want you to add your blog URL here on this discussion. There, you see me go through and create that. I'm going to do quick proof, everything looks good. Save and publish. So this is where I want you to put them, okay? So for example, then I'm going to go back to my blog. I'm going to go view blog. I'm going to take that URL. I'm going to go back into that discussion, and here's mine. I'm going to highlight that, and I'm going to click the link. I'm going to zap the link in there, click on that, post reply, and there we go, okay? So now, if I go through and click on the link, it's going to take me out to the blog. So this is going to help us all, so we can go through and click on each other's work and go through and see what's going on. If you don't want to do that, that's cool, I get it, right? But the big part of this class is having a peer review of what you have happening, and Canvas just does not allow me to go through and do that. So let's see if we can't get those done by maybe Wednesday, if that's possible, okay? If I need to throw some kind of carrot on this by adding extra credit points or whatever, I'll do that. Y'all just need to get it done, though, for a number of reasons. And this will come back to your main assignment at the very end of class in terms of your portfolio. Your portfolio will already kind of be done, okay, because you've already got stuff curated here, okay? So any questions, you know where to find me. I'd be glad to help you out.